Good morning, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our family channel, Back to Sicily. And I know this is actually the 100th day since we last filmed and uploaded an episode. I think the last one was way back in on May 26th. I think it was this one right here where I was reviewing our book from our favorite author from who is our favorite dual citizen, uh, Italy, Sicily, and the U.S. It's Alfred Zappala's The Reverse Immigrant book. So I believe this is the one of four, and I just heard the other day that he has a fifth book coming out pretty soon. So we're excited to be able to have a chance to read up on that. Um, anyway, by way of a quick update, the big question is, are we going back to Sicily or not? And happily, the answer is yes. However, there is a big however, because obviously one of the big obstacles we ran into is the fact that we booked our flights on Alitalia last May, and they were a very good price, and we were very excited to have it all lined up. However, the announcement was made, I believe, last week or 2 weeks ago, that unfortunately, after almost 75 years in business, Alitalia is finally going to be closing down their operations. So unfortunately, we were caught up in that business closure, and I received a text message that the flights had been canceled. So a minor bump on the on en route, but we are looking actively right now to find alternative flights to get back to Sicily. Secondly, obviously, because of continuing issue with COVID, and kind of related to the booking of the tickets, when I booked those tickets back in May, I kind of made an estimate, a guesstimate on my part, that it would take the CDC and all the researchers just about under 6 months to come up with a COVID vaccination vaccine for the children under age 12, which of course covers Lucia and Leonardo, who are 11 and 9. Unfortunately, that vaccine is not going to be available, it sounds like, until either the end of October or maybe even the end of the year. In spite of my best efforts, I was trying to volunteer the two of them to some trial studies over here in next door at Yale University, where I believe they are one of a few medical institutions around the country who have been contracted to try to find that vaccine for the younger kids under 12. Nonetheless, we will see what happens, and we will keep you posted. But in the meantime, I wanted to take a few minutes just to give you an update. There were actually 2 episodes that I wanted to try to create for this new episode, which was going to be either a play on the family out in California, whose channel is called Andiamo with the Applebys, which is obviously the Appleby family, and I believe that is with Mike and Wendy. And I just recently watched their latest posting, and the fun news from them is that, well, unfortunately, they were not able to go to Italy this summer. No one really was able to make plans in advance. Because I believe they're school teachers. However, it sounds like they will be. They have plans to go to Italy in over Christmas school vacation. So have a look at their site. They have a very exciting itinerary laid out, and I'm looking forward to seeing what their adventure will be like in later in the year. But okay, so in the second video, so Leo and I and Lucia, we wanted to do a Andiamo to the Applebee's, which of course we're referring to the restaurant here in town. They have one of their franchise restaurants is here in our hometown of Orange in Connecticut. So we're gonna try to do that soon. And actually, as you can see, it's fairly quiet here in the house today because today is September 3rd, and it's the what is this? I think it's the third. Oh, what is it? No, I think it's September 2nd. It's the third day of school for them, and so I'm home alone, and it's nice and quiet. So so the second episode I wanted to create was about Castellammare del Golfo, because I see a lot of postings, a lot of travel photos, a lot of travel reports, and just people having been to Castellammare del Golfo. And actually, that's really where my own personal journey about this wanting to go back to Sicily is based on. So I hope to create that video for you in the next few days or so, maybe even tomorrow. Well, it's Friday, and Leo and Lucia will leave the house nice and quiet for me. So just to fill in for today, what I wanted to do was just I made a list quickly of to let you know where I've been these last 100 days. Obviously, since May 26, we've had the end of the school year, which was of course done online by remote learning, and then we had a full calendar of summer activities without school. You had dance recital for Lucia and a dance camp. Leo's continuing with horseback riding, and of course they're almost at the pool every other day, almost every day, at least Leo's part. But I also wanted to try to just read to you quickly, excuse me, the various channels that I've been watching, and of course one of those two of those are Philippine based, which is the Juicy blog with Lucy D'Agostino and George Warrington, and they're good friends from Austria, Mike and Nelly, who do the Make It Happen blog. I think Mike is now on the way to pilot school, and they got engaged, and then of course sounds like a big engagement phenomenon over there in the Philippines. Lucy and George also got engaged, plus they have a baby on the way, so that's exciting. Anyway, so I'm just going to read to you very quickly a list of things that I've been following. One is called, actually this is not a YouTube blog, but it's a Facebook group with Marianne Mancuso. It's called The American Dream is Moving to Sicily. So that's the new American dream if you haven't heard yet. And of course, I have Andiamo with the Applebee's. Ilonggo Dad. Oh, that's the third episode I'm going to do. Ilonggo Dad. I'm going to try to make Gaya with you and do a pantry tour. Lucia was very excited about that. Obviously, Juicy blog. Q Katie. Oh, speaking of Katie Quinn. So Katie, your book is right here, right? Cheese, wine, and bread. What more does anyone want in this life? So we have Katie's book. I've been flipping through that. I'm just really, I love her channel and her enthusiasm, and of course with her wonderful husband Connor. And I'm so sorry to hear about your misadventures about stolen cars in your favorite town, Puglia. But I guess, yeah, that those red license plate that says "Steal Me" is not a good idea. But anyway, well, I'm of course joking here. It refers to the fact that you guys rented your cars from I think a French company, so they have to have those French license plate, which unfortunately are in red and sort of really screaming, "I'm a foreign car, rental car, come get me." But anyway, so Katie Q, Massimo Zuma, of course, Mr. Manja Momanja Ma, both Leo and Lucia really love that man. So we're looking forward to finding him and meeting him in Palermo. Uh, just a quick rundown here: Riviera Dreamer, Sonia Candy, Calabria Dreaming. Let me see. Easy Italian with Katie and Matteo, of course. That's where I try to look up, well, pick up as much learning Italian as I can, as well as Lucrezia. I mean, I think I mentioned her way some time ago in one of the earliest uploads. Of course, constantly keep in touch with Yumi and Sicily, with Alfred Zappola and Esther Vaja. And let's see, some new exciting things I've followed about South Working, which is a new group of young people in Palermo. There's Dr. Elena Militello. She seems to be heading that effort. I'm looking forward to being able to meet with them and just find out more about what they do. It sounds very exciting to me. Just sort of an offshoot, there was something called Malama Life, Slow Living. I'm not really a slow living kind of guy, but it was fun to watch, just to slow things down. And of course, Kylie Flavel got married, and I really enjoyed that episode she put up about buying a Fiat Panda for her parents, and that was fun. And then of course, Sophie's World, I also keep in touch with her. One new one that I found, which is for my age group, 60 and Me. Of course, there's always the International Living magazine and their content. And the rest of the time, really, I've just been occupied or preoccupied with finding out about travel health insurance, and related that, of course, is being 64 years old, turning 65. I've been bombarded by Medicare insurance advertisement, and of course, I've tried to sort that out for myself as far as what to do with the with signing up for Medicare. So I'll close for now, and then we'll have some updates on pre-departure and more exciting news. All right. Thank you so much. We'll be in touch.